Okay, I just want to talk about how terrible road trips are. Everyone's been on a road trip, everyone has their story, but I'm not here, but I'm not going to talk about a story. I'm talking about how bad it is with me, my family. Okay, so at the time, all three of us were still in the house. All the kids. Okay, so we decide that our grandma has like some kind of cancer. We're gonna go and see her. And she lives in like decent amount of she lives pretty far out in Embarrass. She lives pretty far out there. So we get in this car. And right away people complain because all of the kids have to sit in the back. All of us have to sit in the back. And we know how that goes. There's always someone complaining about not having a room or something like that. And like, there's three of us in this back seat. Just trying to fall asleep, most of us, probably. Only the driver's probably not trying to fall asleep because they're focusing on the road. And that's how every road trip starts. Someone starts complaining that they don't have enough room, even though there would be the same amount of room from like the other person on the other side of the middle seat. And it's like, why are you getting so close to me? I'm like, girl, we're swerving, we're like turning, and there's three of us, so I have little control over what way my body sways. And my little sister, she is so touchy when it comes to like space and like if someone gets something before her. So it's all kind of just like, so I like try to play it cool and like just not say anything more about it, just kind of scoot back over to where I was and stay there. And like I start sliding over again. And then she gets even louder. And then she starts crying because at this moment in time, she had little control over her emotions. She had no control. Whenever she wanted something, she would full out start fake crying. It would be all over the place. She felt the slightest bit uncomfortable. She would start crying because everyone didn't want to hear it. So everyone would try their best to make her stop. Because she would make the most annoying noise when she did. It was the most annoying thing. So Mom's getting pretty annoyed at this point, telling us to stop fighting. Okay, I'm not even telling the story about my grandma. It's just the road trip experience for me. It's not. I'm just not having it. So, I get a little salty. A lot when people keep trying to blame me for their misfortune. Like, I'm sorry that I have to sway because the car is turning. And then she just starts crying even louder, trying to make it all my fault. Just like, if you had more control, if you would listen. And when did listening come into play here? When did my listening come into play when the car is like turning and turning and turning and we're like going? I can't stay in a car for very long with us all in the back. It doesn't work because my older sister, if we so much as poked her for like fun, she would be like raging and be like, she would punch you. So I'm afraid to even, slide up against her. So of course I'm sliding like towards like my sister, trying to just keep sliding that way. Because I don't want to get punched. it's not, it's the least enjoyable thing you can ever experience. Okay, so here comes, like, everyone has to pee, so we stop at a gas station. Mom has to, like, fill up or whatever she does. Everyone's going in, like, the bathroom. Okay, if you've been to, like, a holiday, they've only got one bathroom. And it's not even, like, stalls. It's just one room. So, if one person's in there, everyone else is waiting outside. So, one person takes a bit too long, and then we get back in the car after everyone's finally gone. And everyone's grumpy. Everyone just wants to go home and lay down. Nobody wants this trip anymore. At least I know, at least it felt like it. So I'm sitting there trying to still keep my cool. Trying to still be calm. When everyone else is just not having it, they're flipping out. I mean, like, the adults are obviously staying calm and that, but my sister's still not having it. My little sister, she's just like, no. And then when we get back in the car, she's in the middle. And she's complaining because she has to be in the middle. She's throwing this big hissy fit about it. I'm like, girl, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're going to be in that seat your whole life. Now sit down and deal with it. I had to deal with the whole weird thing on our way to the gas station. You can deal with it the rest of the way of the trip. I don't ever say that to her because I know she's going to get all touchy-feely, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that today. I'm not going to be that person. I don't want this. Let's just sit in this car, go the rest of the way of the trip, and then let's, like, do the same thing on the way back. Just try to keep her cool. But as soon as we, like, get out of that car, everyone starts complaining about the ride. Everybody. Just, like, it's just, like, in the whole way there, Mom's, like, flipping her shit, just she tried so hard to keep quiet, and then just, like, near the end of the trip, she just starts flipping shit about, because we're fighting, and we're bitching at each other, just, like, maybe if someone could be in the front seat, but, I mean, the most recent road trips that I've been on, we've had a stepdad, so if we wanted to go on a road trip in one car, all of us have to be in the back seat. That doesn't work. At all. I don't know why we could just split it up into, like, 2 cars. Maybe because he's a bitch, and if no one went with him, he would get all salty. So, we were 3, like, really immature kids, so it's not, yeah, salty. Salty is the word. There was so much salt being thrown in that car. I think I was, like, the saltiest. I just didn't express it. Because I was just done. I didn't want to be in that car anymore. Like, most of the time we were in a road trip, it's, like, summer and stuff, so the car's hot. And having a crowded car doesn't make it any better. And then someone just starts trying to criticize me about my grades and how I'm doing. I'm like, bitch, this road trip is not about my grades or how I'm doing. This trip is about getting to that place and, like, I don't know, funeral, or maybe it was a wedding. I have no idea. Maybe it was a reception. I just knew I didn't want to deal with the criticism right now. Because the car was sweaty, someone was crying, Mom was flipping her shit because we were like whining in the back seat, and then yeah. Me being the quiet child I usually was at the moment. I mean, I was usually pretty quiet in car rides. Car rides were like the quiet, happy, yay, no one's criticizing. But road trips were different because we were all next to each other. Things could not be more hard for me because I was close to people who mostly criticized me about my grades. And I'm like, girl, you'd be really mad if your grades were shit and you kept trying, but some bitch was always over your shoulder saying, hey, you need help, you need help. You would be pretty bad at school too. Because you'd be always flipping your shit. Just like always flipping it. Because I do always flip it. I'm really off track. Yay. But school, I'm just not having school. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time when I'm more comfortable with the subject, but right now, school is just a no for me. But I know I have to pass these next 4 years, and off topic, that's great, and if you have a great view. Road trips are just terrible, that's it. I'm gonna stop this before I keep rambling on to the point of no return. Okay, bye.